Hi Hanyin, my name's Daphne. I'm one of the essay correctors at IELTSpodcast.com. Thank you for sending in your essay to get some feedback before you do your exam again. I understand you've done it before and you find writing and speaking most difficult. This is so common. It's a really hard exam on the writing, very difficult. Let me try and guide you anyway. So this question, international marketing, is sometimes seen as invasive and an intrusion. So we need to show the examiner we understand these words into the country. Others argue it's a necessary and economical form of education, in addition to spreading ideas, language and culture. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So as you're doing here, you've got one paragraph on one subject and one on the other. Just as a note here, when we say on the other hand, we have to have on the one hand here. These two have to balance. So either you have both of them or you choose something different. Okay? So international marketing is common nowadays, thanks to the aid of translation and the advance of technology, especially the improvement of translation machine and internet, which promotes the speed of communication between two different countries. It accelerates the exchange of ideas. Okay, interesting. Now, what I really want this essay to be about is advertising. So let's just make that really clear. It's common nowadays, thanks to the aid of translation and the advance of technology. I don't think you necessarily need that. I mean, it's interesting that, but we're really talking about selling goods and selling, kind of promoting ideas. So you could put this here, but it might be nicer to have something about actually sales or products or something. And I would say a global market for selling and promoting goods and services. Then I am showing the examiner I know exactly what this is all about in the introduction. So yours is okay, but it might be a bit confusing. I might think you're just going to talk about the internet, which promotes S there, the speed of communication. It accelerates. So this one, I know you've kind of paraphrased what's in here in the title, but I just really need this idea of understanding exactly what we're talking about. This promotion of goods and services. So here, this essay will discuss the key issues and then using examples from. And you're going to add some examples in there as well. So what we also need to get in the introduction is this idea of some disagree, some agree and some disagree. So you said it's very common, especially, yeah. You kind of almost want a sentence like, although some business people argue that this is highly successful, others claim it might be unwelcome. Do you see, I've tried to get this idea of the question into here, but without, really showing I understand it, not just paraphrasing. Paraphrasing, yes, but we have to show we understand it. So since the Western ideas, you need to have a capital W and you don't need to put the. It's just in general. Since Western ideas are sometimes you'd have to say in conflict with. It's a difficult one. In conflict with, not to. So take out that. In conflict with ideas in the East, capital E, some people regard international marketing as a threat to the country in question. Good. For example, Western promotes individualism and emphasises self-liberation, while the East seeks collective benefits and unity among groups as a priority. Very interesting. Rather than, for example, here, I'd save an example for later. I'd put because. Yeah. The West promotes. The West promotes individualism, emphasises, watch out on these noun verbs agreement, okay? I'm going to put that in red. Watch out there, that's a mistake which you mustn't be making at this level. Self-liberation, while the East seeks collective benefits and unity among groups is a priority. Okay, very interesting. But is that to do with marketing? Is that to do with Nike selling me shoes? Yeah, I mean, I totally get what you're saying, but I just kind of worry. Such a short essay, we need to be really on track. In terms of diet, some people living in the target market may feel the introduction of fast food from the Western world has greatly changed their traditional diet in the East, causing health problems. Absolutely. You don't need to put that in again, which causes serious health problems like obesity. Exactly. Okay, very interesting. So now you could have, for example, the advertising power, let's get back to the point, of McDonald's is much larger than some local establishments who may not be able to compete. So back to the point, yes, it's a bad idea, the fast food, but also you can't advertise. You're much too small. Your little local restaurant can't compete with this. So let's make sure we're absolutely on point the whole way through. On the other hand, international marketing, so advertising, promotion, let's use some different words, brings in some new ideas which may inspire relevant areas or change our views on topics. Good. I wouldn't use our, but I put change views, yes. Take fashion as an example. To be successful in the target country, exporting countries need to learn the culture and change their perspectives to cater for, good example here, the need or preference of the target market. The interchange of ideas and cultures may sometimes bring out innovation in other areas of life and could create influential impact all over the world. Good, absolutely. It also stimulates the language industry, promoting translation businesses, plural, as well as education in language learning. Lovely, that's a great paragraph. I think take fashion as an example is a bit too informal for me, but you could put, this has been witnessed, or evidence is better, in the fashion industry as to be successful. Do you see it's a little bit more formal, that style of writing? But I really like that paragraph. You've absolutely understood that really well. Good work there. In conclusion, now I need an opinion because it's an opinion essay. So here, give your opinion. Make sure you will give me that. You can give it in the introduction. I mean, I would indicate it in the introduction, but I definitely put it in, obviously, at the end. In conclusion, I believe that international marketing plays a vital role in our world. It has changed our way of living, tradition and philosophy to a certain degree. Some people see it as an invasion and are dedicated to protecting, ing, their own culture. Others embrace the change and utilize it to maximize the benefits brought by it. Don't end on that. Okay, that's a lovely, strong conclusion. This is much too informal. We don't use pros and cons, and I wouldn't use just like in an IELTS essay, but the rest of it, lovely. You've got so much good stuff going on there. Really interested in what you've done before. What did you score before, and what are you aiming for? I'd love to mention to you the course that we run. This is a series of video modules. So you go through the modules. This is Ben that organises the course. It's really, really good, really clear. Covers a lot of aspects on how to get the band 7 and above. And then every time you've done a couple of modules, you send in your essays. I feedback on your essays. So it's very personal. It's all just the corrections that you need to help you improve. So have a look at that. That'd be great to work with you. Well done today.